North, Fulani North, and the Yoruba West shouldn't fight. They are like husband and wife, slave and master. Can you believe that? The Fulani are calling the Yorubas their slaves, and nobody is saying anything about this. It just broke, the news just broke today. I got this information today. Yoruba is the wife of a Fulani husband. Yoruba is the slave, whereas Fulani is the master. They went on to say that this group advised the North and the West, which is Yoruba land, not to engage in any dispute. They will not mention the East because they see the East as the natural enemy. And this is the mistake that the Yorubas have always made. They're about to make the one that will swallow them, that will make what happened to Afonja in Ilorin look like a child's play. If at all they fall for this. But I'm sure Paya Debanja will not allow it to happen. Not Pafashoranti won't allow it to happen. Not any of the big hitters from Afenifere will allow this nonsense to prevail. But you must listen to me very carefully to what I have to say today, because this is the problem with Nigeria. People do not reason, they do not think, they do not discern, they don't ponder, they do not reflect. They never ever do until it is too late. How can Fulani be referring to Yoruba people as their wives and as their slaves in the open? In the open, not hidden, in the open. The same thing they want to do to us with Hope Uzodinma. And the church will be also for Hanes and Gatro and Dioshi. They can no longer gather in public. Anytime they gather in public, they, of course, they know what we're capable of. Arewa United Consultative Forum, I'm reading the news for you so you understand it very clearly. Not from us, not from any Biafra platform. This is from Sahara Reporters, owned by a Yoruba man. So you can know it is real. Arewa United Consultative Forum has called on northerners across the country, northerners including Igbo people in Benue State. That is how lopsided, how skewed, how idiotic the whole Nigerian nonsense is to me. They are calling Igbo people in Benue State the North, northern part of Nigeria. People don't know the type of mess they are in. This gospel we preach every blessed day in the hope that people will at least be able to reason properly. Now listen. They have called on northerners across the country not to retaliate against southerners, not to retaliate against Yoruba. They said not to retaliate against southerners, which includes people from the east, living in Kanu, in Kaduna, in Zaria, in all the Janjaweed core north. Understand this very clearly. Their fight, they claim, is with Yoruba. But they are saying don't attack southerners because they know that the majority of people living in the north are from the east. Non-indigenous, I hasten to add. Not to retaliate against southerners following the recent clash between Yoruba and Hausa communities, not Yoruba and Hausa, but Yoruba and Fulani inspired terrorists in Shasha Market in Ibadan, or your state capital. What they want to do in Imo State. What they want to do in Imo State with Hope Uzodinma, some idiots looking for money, hungry people. That is what they want to replicate in Imo State. What is happening in Oyo? Fulani is trying to take over Oyo. They know that the Fulani market is no longer selling. They now put Hausa in front. Fight between Hausa people. Do you see these people? They think they are clever. We all know that the terrorists in Nigeria are Fulani people, not Hausa, Fulani. We know that very well. Now there is a war or altercation, so to speak, going on in your state in Ibadan at a place called Shasha Market a few days ago. Now they're bringing in Hausa because they know that if they say it's Fulani and Yoruba, nobody will. No, in fact, they will say to Yoruba, kill all the Fulanis there because all of them are murderers and killers. They know that very well. So what have they done? They now cleverly said there was a fight between Hausa and Yoruba. You people should stop making this mistake you make all the time. There is no fight. There was never any fight between Hausa and Yoruba. Never, ever, ever. There was a fight between Fulani terrorists and the Yoruba people in a battle in Oyo State. That is the fact. But because Fulani is bad market, the name Fulani now means darkness. It means terrorism. It means rape. It means murder. It means mayhem. It means insecurity. That is the reason why, I repeat, that is the reason why they have infused Hausa into the conflict. And now when they knock, to tell you how duplicitous and evil Nigeria is in the north. They know that not many Yoruba people are living in the north. They know that very well. They know that people living in the north and doing their businesses in the core north, by which I mean the 12 or 13 Sharia states of Fulani Janjaweed in the north. They know the Yorubas are not there. They know that people who are residing there are stubborn Igbo people. Some of them will be killed very soon. They'll be killed in the north. And I do not care. I do not care. They've been killing us since 1945. So what is the, if they kill us in 2021? What's the big deal? They said, do not attack Southerners. They don't, because they don't want to use the word Yoruba, because if they say, don't attack Yorubas in the north, people will be asking them, where are the Yorubas in the north? So when it comes to political uprising of this nature, they group the Yoruba and the Igbo as one. They group Oduduwa and Biafra as one people, and they call you Southerners. Do you understand the trick? I don't know how to explain this so that people can understand what I'm saying. The reason why they're using the word Southerners is because when the attack starts, it's bound to happen anyway, they will say we are killing Southerners. And when you go to the map of the world or of the Zoological Republic, you will see that in the south of Nigeria, you have Oduduwa in the west, and you have in the east Biafra. So you will say, oh, Southerners are being killed in the north. You will not say that Igbo people are being killed in the north. Because the fight which they are alluding to happened in the west. Yoruba killed terrorists in a battle. And rightfully so. Are you following what I'm saying? In order to justify any future killings of Biafran people in the north, they are now saying, do not kill Southerners. I don't know if people are following. I don't know if they're following what I'm telling them. I don't know if they are following what I am explaining to them. I don't know if people are following what I am trying to get across to them. Why they infuse South into this mayhem is because when they start killing Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, they will say, we are killing Southerners. They will tell BBC World Service, BBC Hausa Service, even the stupid BBC Igbo. They will start writing, oh, it's Southerners, because they know that there are no Yorubas in Sabongeri in Kanu. Understand the way they reason in the zoo. That is why we take time to analyze the news for you, so you understand it. A lot of us, we are not English people. We have to go to school to study English language. So when they write all these, their lies, or try to change these narratives in English language, it is our duty and responsibility to lay out the facts the way they are. And that is exactly what we are doing this afternoon from Houston in Texas. The group said that the North and West should not engage in any dispute. They never mentioned the East, likening them to husband and wife or slave and master relationship because of their similar traditions and religious beliefs. That was what I warned you in the past about the Fulani. The same way they have come to Imo State, they're saying some of them are doing Islamic calling in Owerri, doing Islamic calling in Ihiagwa. Very soon, when they strike you and won't take over your land, they will say, we have similarities in religion. The only reason why they are saying this is because of the likes of Tinubu, who is a Muslim, the likes of Lai Mohammed, who is a Muslim, the likes of Saraki. It's basically because they took over Ilorin from the Yoruba people. Basically simply because they took over a Lauren from the Yoruba people. Are you understanding me? Now they have similar beliefs, they have similar culture, which is a lie, of course, because Yoruba is distinct from Fulani. Fulani, they're not even indigenous to Nigeria to start with. Understand what I'm saying at this precise moment. The reason why they said that Hausa people are fighting Yoruba in Ibadan is to draw Hausa into the equation so that Hausa can kill people for them in the north. That is why they're doing it. So Hausa can start killing people in the north. And when they kill Igbo people, when they kill Biafrans in the north, they will say they are killing Southerners. Because if you look at the map of the zoo called Nigeria, Ududuwa is in the south, where the problem is happening. So also is Biafra land. It's a very clever ploy, very clever move. That is what the advisors are telling them. That is the way they advise them. That is why our people must rise. They must be alert all the time. You must be able to reason. If you do not reason in the zoo, they will cheat you, they will bamboozle you, they will make all that you learned and studied at the various schools you attended to become a waste, an absolute waste. Yoruba is like their slave. If they said it in the open, this is a Yoruba newspaper. Yoruba is like their wife. They also condemned the crisis that resulted in the loss of lives and properties worth millions of naira, describing it as the handiwork of the enemies of the country. They have gone back. That is what they always do. They talk about unity. Always put it at the back of your mind. As I told you before, anybody discussing one Nigeria is putting your life in danger. When they kill you, the first thing they do is, oh, please, let's forget and come together as one for the sake of the country. Which country? Is it the country that has given you drinking water? Or is it the country that you have light? Or is it the country that you have good roads? Therefore, my question is, as always, tell me one single thing that can compel you to be proud of Nigeria. Name that thing. Give me. Oh, what do you have? Is it the population that you have that is starving, that is ranked amongst the poorest in the world? What do you have to be proud of? Nothing. Now, this unity based on what? Let somebody define this unity for me. When hydrogen and oxygen comes together, when these molecules come together to form water, which is H2O, is it one molecule of hydrogen and two molecules of oxygen? O2, H plus, I'm not a chemist, but I'm just only guessing. H, which is one molecule of hydrogen, plus O2, two molecules of oxygen. If you did your primary chemistry or elementary chemistry, you will know, gives you water. Before two of them can come together, they must have receptors to explain to you that what is in the spirit is also in the living. Before hydrogen can agree to form water with oxygen, before hydrogen and oxygen can come together to become water, drinking water, this water that I have in front of me, they must agree to be one. There's something called receptors. One must open up for the other to come in so that together they can form the drinking water that you have in front of you. So the unity of hydrogen and oxygen results in potable drinking water that anybody can have. Tell me what comes out of the unity of all these savages in the zoo called Nigeria. Name one single thing. That is nothing. I'm not asking them to do anything special for you. Common electricity. You know, they are as backward. To tell you how evil they are, even the factories that we are working before, where some of your fathers were employed, meaningfully employed, they destroyed all of them. 40 years ago, there was running water all over the place. 45, 50 years ago, there was running water. Anybody who went to Library Avenue Primary School in Umuahia, I think it was the best at that time. You know that during the break time, we cross over to the library, to Umuahia Library, to go and drink water. You know that our tap was running. The tap in the primary school, library venue, our tap was running. We can go there, we queue, and we drink water. Straight from the tap. PWD, Public Works Department in Umuahia, was working. You can go there and see them pumping water and treating water in the afternoon. This was 40, 45 years ago. Something that was working 40, 45 years ago in the year 2021 is no longer working. Now, what is there to be proud of Nigeria about? Just explain this to me. In the past, there used to be electricity. In the past, as children, we used to watch O'Connor's Club. We used to watch Zebrodaya Masquerade. What do you watch today? We used to appear on children's variety show on NTA Channel 6 in Aba. Are those things happening now? Do you have electricity to even watch television? Every Saturday night, all over the place, 7 to 7:30 in the evening, everybody is glued to the television, watching O'Connor's Club. Go and ask. Not foreign, and not, it wasn't made in Hollywood, not made anywhere in Europe. These are local content made locally. Are those things happening now? Why are they not happening? Because the zoo called Nigeria is always moving backwards. Now, you have no running water, you have no electricity, you have nothing going for you. Even the second-hand okreka that we used to buy in Aba, second-hand clothing in Aba, Obasanjo shut it down. Even the okroko we used to eat, stockfish we used to eat from Aba, they closed everything down. There used to be a fertilizer company, I think you know name. Is it working? The answer is no. We used to have refineries. Iguacha refinery. Only refinery, is it working? It used to employ millions of people. If you include all the spin-off, all the economies that depended on these functioning refineries, then let me tell you, Iguacha seaport was working. People were employed. All of those things shut down, and somebody's talking about one Nigeria as if Nigeria has anything to offer any meaningful human being except all those corrupt, idiotic, kleptomaniacal politicians. All their life is they steal, to the extent that now went to Lagos and brought a 419 in the person of Hope Uzodinma and made him the governor of Imo State. I'm still on only one topic. Today, Fulanis is coming because they know nothing will happen to them. Fulanis is coming out to say that Yoruba is their wife. Oh, dear me, Zoological Republic. Because they know that they cannot fight a war on 3 fronts. They know that very well. You see, they think they are clever. Whoever is advising them must know that you have IPOB. We are more intelligent than them. They think that they know they cannot be fighting, they cannot move men and arms to the west and also move men and arms to the east. So they have to to dampen Yoruba, their wife. They need to make Yoruba their wife and their slave. Hey, can you imagine? Fulani said Yoruba is their wife. No wonder Facebook doesn't want me to broadcast today on their platform. I'm telling you, are you now appreciating the depth of mess Yoruba people are in? Do you not appreciate it? I think somebody said to some of the Fulefus, call them sophisticated morons. You're sophisticated, but you're a moron. Fulani says you are their wife. You are their slave. Don't take my word for it. Go and Google it. Go and go to Sahara Reporters. I'm sure it's there. North, Southwest shouldn't fight. They are like husband and wife, slave and master. Our Lord God, the Lord of all the hosts of heaven, in 2021, because what goes around comes around. I warned them, they did not listen. Today they have come out in the open to say that the Yoruba people, a very proud race, is their slave. They cite similar traditions and beliefs because one of the traditional rulers of a Yoruba territory reports to the Sultan of Sokoto. The Emir of Ilorin reports to the Sultan of Sokoto. Yoruba is their wife because they conquered the Lauren and took it from the Yoruba people. That is why Yoruba is their wife and slave. The same thing they want to try in Imo State. Dear me. You will hear the story very soon, in a matter of days. And we're not wasting time on that one. They condemned the crisis in a statement signed by their president, Alhaji Ado Shuaibu Dansudu. The forum recalled how the country had produced great leaders across ethnic lines, working to promote, once again, unity of the country. Everything is unity, unity, unity. And they went on to reel out names. They don't even know their history. The idiot said that it was the Sadwana of Sokoto, Ahmadu Bello, who came to the West and appointed S.L. Akintola as the governor of the West, because they are not aware of history. They do not know history. They go to the mosque, they go and do the Babiala, they go to Alamajri schools, and they teach them what I call jaundiced history. Jaundiced history. And that is what they regurgitate all the time when they speak on issues that is quite clearly above their station. Things they know nothing about. The North and South are like husband and wife. And the Fulanis now marrying Yoruba. No wonder they said they'll not leave their forest. Sir Samuel Akintola, S.L. Akintola, was appointed by Sir Ahmadu Bello, which is pure rubbish, as the premier of the Southwest, pure bunkum, turning history on its head. But they got some things right. When you go on, they appointed Gowon, who was a Christian from the Middle Belt. They said, "Hey, come!" You know, that's what I did to oppose them. "Oh, come! You're a Christian. Come! Oh, come! Let us come together and make Nigeria one." Today, the whole of the Middle Belt is gone. They are killing Christians in the Middle Belt. That is the way they roll. They come to you, they pat you on the back, they cajole you. Eventually, they will slaughter you. That's what they did to Gowon and his people. And exactly what they intend to do to the great Yoruba race, which is very, very sad indeed, if they allow this thing to happen. Of course, Gowon appointed Obafemi Awolowo, the only finance minister in a military regime in the history of African politics. But that's for another day. Then he said that Nigeria relied on resources of the North before the discovery of oil. What is that resource from the North? Granite. Ordinary granite. The peanut you eat, granite you eat. Which country ever survived on granite? The pyramids you built were fake. You built platforms underneath and then you start. Fake, it is there. And I want the pictures everywhere. The fake pyramid they have, they built a scaffolding underneath and then they dropped a few bags of granite on top of it. Who told you? The only benefit, if you can call it that the South received from your granite was the transportation of that granite from Kanu to Iguacha, where they moved it to England for processing. How can granite feed a whole nation? See how they lie and deceive themselves. These are those in the mold of that journalist Kadira Ahmed, people that say the truth and prefer to spew out lies and deception. Lies and deception. They claim the North was feeding everybody. Do you see what they teach me? I blame Jonathan for this nonsense, for opening Almajiri schools for them. You see what you have done. This is what they're teaching them, that the North, when did the North feed everybody? When the East relied on palm oil and manufacturing, the West relied on cocoa and manufacturing. You had only granite in the North. And during this very period, every part of the zoo, every major component had their own constitution. You were on your own. At what point did your granite feed everybody? When? Was it when Nigeria had the three autonomous regions, the East, the West, and the North? Do you see how they lie? Do you see how they deceive all of you? And you, every blessed day, you fall for their rubbish. Every day, you fall for their nonsense. Look at the lies they're spewing out. But unfortunately for them, that's what they call me the biggest criminal. Because we catch them and we expose them. We catch the idiots and we expose them for who they are, a bunch of retarded liars, deceivers. If this is what Britain asks you to say today, you are mistaken. They must know we exist. Anytime you lie, we catch you. Go and look at it. Look at all the economic. How did Awolowo manage to build Liberty Stadium? Money. Go and read the submissions of Frederick Lugard to the House of Commons. Go and read it very, very well.